What up, YouTube? It's your boy Victor Ray Billup back with another video for y'all, man. So today we're gonna be going down Mike Wang's Twitter and just reading all his questions and answers about the 2K26 gameplay. I'm gonna be saying whether it's a W or an L. But first, the reason why I even wanted to make this video, to be honest, was because I wanted to talk about the custom layup packages that they said they're gonna have in 2K26. In my opinion, this is the biggest game of all time. They're about to finesse niggas crazy. Custom layup packages is cap. Custom layup packages is animations that's already been in the game. And in my opinion, this is how they're gonna finesse y'all. They're gonna make it so that you have to pay for hop step animations, for euro step animations, and all that. They're gonna separate layup animations that used to be in under one package. They're gonna separate them into different categories so that you're gonna have to buy Harden's euro step package as well as his hop step package instead of just having his layup package in general. You're gonna have to pay for separate ones. And I'm not gonna lie, 2K, you guys have done it again. This is one of your best schemes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually one of their best schemes yet. In my team, they're gonna have these custom layup packages as well. And I know people are gonna pay to get whatever custom layup packages. They're gonna want to combine all the best custom layup packages onto their players. And they're gonna make a killing. That's all I have to say. But yeah, today we're gonna be reading his questions and answers regarding 2K26. In my opinion, none of this really matters until we see the game, until we play the game, because just like last year, once the game comes out, if it's shitty doo-doo, he's gonna disappear once again. He's gonna disappear regardless, but if it's really shitty, he's gonna disappear as soon as he gets your money again. Mike Wang, bro. All right, let's read it, man. Let's read it. So for the first one, we have, do motion styles have an effect on gameplay? Yes, motion styles are driven by pro play just like the dribble styles, so some styles will naturally be quicker and have more explosive than others. For NBA 2K26, we've added rating gates, so you'll need higher attributes to equip the more effective styles. Once again, that is something that's been in the past 2Ks as well. The motion styles, like, different. I think the different motion styles were just better at movement, different types of movement. Like the Kawhi defensive motion style was good for defense, I guess, and shit like that. I can't say if that's a W or an O. Next, are there any improvements to standing dunks? Rework the logic for standing dunks to make them more reliable for bigs who aren't too crowded under the rim. We've also retuned standing dunk skills to have generally larger green windows to compensate for how fast most of those dunks are. Good, that's a W. If that's true, that's a W. Next, are there any changes to burst and changes in direction for ball handlers? We spent some time tuning the dribbler's ability to start, stop, and cut. The speed and tightness of changing directions will vary based on ratings and dribble styles. This is a very vague answer right here. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very vague answer. That means they didn't change anything in my opinion, but we'll see. Next, can you do no dip catch and shoots in team control modes? Yes, in team control modes, as soon as you initiate the pass, you can do a quick catch and shoot. This is a stupid question right here. No bullshit. Whoever asked this question is very dumb, because in the trailer they literally showed them doing it with the Mavericks. Like, that's a play now game. So that was a very dumb question. I'm not gonna lie. So why would he even answer such a dumb question? Okay. Are there any changes to pluck steals and lane steals? On-ball steal targeting and steal animations have been improved to reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's moves. The canned animation pluck steals have been almost entirely disabled. Pass interceptions have been tuned a bit but are similar in effectiveness to 2K25. I actually like that because, like, getting a steal animation is literally random. That was always completely random. But I did like bump steals. I like bump steals. Bump steals are a skill gap in my opinion. That's just me though. I do think bump steals are a skill gap. But yeah, that's a W to take away like the automatic steal animations. But that wasn't really the problem with steals. The problem was always the lane steals and the interceptions and how niggas was magnetizing from the other side of the court or just throwing automatic interception passes. That is the problem. So once again, we'll see with the gameplay. These are just words. These are just words right now. Next, can you cancel out of the new go-to post shots? For the post go-to shots that have a dribble, yes, you can cancel like regular go-to shots. You can always pump fake and chain to step throughs also. So that is kind of useless basically. If you try to use a go-to post shot that doesn't have like a dribble move in it, you can't cancel out of it. That's kind of dumb. Like I don't know what the go-to post moves are gonna be yet, but I'm assuming it's gonna be like some type of shimmy type shit, automatic shimmy bag work, turn around. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the animations are. Who's gonna have a go-to post move realistically besides Jokic and maybe like Embiid or something? Who else is gonna have one realistically? Or maybe Sengun, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. Unless it's gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like go-to post moves though. This is what I said in the last video. I think is the same thing as a go-to shot. It's them making it a way for casuals to do bag work without actually having to do anything. Because you just press up on the stick and it does the move for you. These are animations that have already been inside of 2K, but basically map them to a button so that you don't have to actually have stick skill to do it. That's fine, I guess, for the casuals. Will there be a boost for turning the shot meter off? Yes, obviously. Can we pull the chair when being back down in the paint? Why is he answering this? Pull the chair has been in 2K for like over a decade. I think this is mobile shit. Like, there's a reason why he's answering these dumb questions, bro. There has to be a reason. He won't answer my questions. I promise you that one. Have there been any changes to baseline sensitivity? Yes. There was an improvement to address the baseline sensitivity, especially when attempting baseline layups. Whatever that means, bro. Like, the baseline it wasn't even the baseline being sensitive. It was how fat and wide the driving angles were in 2K25. How fat and wide the animations were. That's the reason why they even had to make the players smaller in the game, because the pro play animations are just so fat and nasty. Like, the pro play is cool for jump shots. I think that's the only thing that a pro play should be used for. Jump shots, maybe some dunk packages, stuff like that. But they don't need to use pro play for everything, in my opinion. The dribble moves are cool too. Some of the dribble moves, but it's alright. Alright. Next, is the size of the green window different for no dip compared to regular catch and shoots? So the green window for the quick ones are the same as regular shots. This could change in the future. So basically what they're saying is, if the game comes out and people find a way to like abuse the quick ass shot, and they just abusing it in park or whatever, and people start complaining, they're gonna change it. That's what that means. If you don't green a rebound, can you still get it? What happens when two people both green a rebound? So this is the craziest thing. They added greening rebounds to 2K. In my opinion, it's not even real, bro. It's not even real shit. Like, I feel like it's just some shit that they put to make it look and feel new, but it's still the same rebounding. It's still the same crappy rebounding, bro. But I feel like they just add a little circle so that you'll know if you timed your rebounding. But we'll see. It says you can still grab a rebound if you don't green the timing. And if a little player is trying to out rebound a big, excellent timing will often not be enough to secure the rebound. If the big makes zero effort and just stands there, the little guy will have a better chance with perfect timing though. If two players green the rebound timing, the outcome is decided by positioning, ratings, and height. The core mechanics around how rebounding works isn't changing in 2K26. Exactly. Simple as that. The indicator was just added to help players understand how rebounding works. So the rebounding is exactly the same. They just added a little indicator so that you guys will think it's new. I'm not gonna lie. This game is literally 2K25, but with different lighting. That's what I'm getting so far. Is different lighting, and maybe they changed a couple buttons. Okay. Since double tapping circle slash B is wrap passes now, can you still do flashy passes? Flashy passes have been moved to cross circle, which is X and O, or A plus B on Xbox. Self alleys are now mapped to square and triangle, or X plus Y on Xbox. Okay. Are there any new changes to dribbling besides the new controls for signature size ups? Dribbling has been changed a lot in 2K26. Branching and chaining moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in 25. We made an effort to make dribbling faster and the inputs more responsive as well. You'll find some great new content as well as the return of some old favorites, like Pippins behind the back. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year. So they finally added the Scottie Pippen behind the back to the game, something that's been in 2K for a decade plus. They just added it back, and niggas don't be happy about this. That's all I've got to say. Don't get happy about. They literally, I don't know if this is like a marketing employee on purpose. Like they literally released dog shit last year, like legit dog shit dookie, and then they're just adding stuff that was already into the game, and people are getting excited about it. I don't. It's actually crazy. Once you really snap out of that 2K psychosis, you see how dumb this cycle is every single year. It's like the CIA is working with 2K. All right, next. Can you explain how the rhythm shooting works? Can I still green a shot with early or late timing? This is a stupid ass question right here. Like, this is the dumbest question. Can I green a shot with early or late timing? Does that even make sense? I'm not even gonna read the answer, bro. I think that they literally purposely answering stupid questions. How does rhythm shooting and button shooting compare? The goal was to make both rhythm and button shooting viable options with neither having an advantage over the other. But they are very different mechanics, so it's not really possible to directly compare them. Some will be much better with the button and some will be much better with the stick. Rhythm shooting is definitely more rewarding in my opinion though. So why wouldn't he just say that stick shooting is better? Rhythm shooting, he literally just said it's more rewarding, but there's no advantage. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense right there. Obviously, rhythm shooting is better than stick button shooting because it's a harder thing to do, so you have more rewards for perfectly timing it. Next. Are there any changes to dunking? Yes, holding turbo and the pro stick down is how you meter dunk in 2K26. This will encourage more flashy dunks, but you can also get flashy dunks on the shot button if you're wide open with no trailing threats. The meter dunk logic has changed a lot and you will notice a much bigger green window on open dunks, both driving and standing. I don't know how I feel about that. They basically made it so like you don't even have to be trying to do a meter dunk and it's gonna do it if you just hold down on the stick. That used to be just any normal dunk. So I'm probably gonna have to get used to that. If I play this game, I would have to get used to that. I preferred it to be like you actually wanted to trigger a meter dunk before. Even though it was kind of like hard, I guess, to like flick up and down quickly. Not for me, you feel me? Once you got that stick skill, you could do anything. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. The meter has to be good because 2K24 it was buttons in my opinion. The dunk stick, whatever it's called, dunk meter was buttons. 2K25 buttons because you can't even see the green window. So that's why it was even worse than 25. Like it was just bad. Next, can anyone do a quick catch and shoot, or does it have attribute badge requirements or badge requirements? Anyone can do the quick catch and shoot. There are no restrictions. W. And that's a W. Remember when there used to be a badge called quick shot, or whatever it was called, or whatever it's called, that it was 2K20, I believe, that you had to have a badge to speed up your release. That's crazy. Next, are there any changes made to address L2 dexing? We've made efforts to reduce the unrealistic motions and cuts that can result from dexing. Attempting to use dexing to cut back and forth repeatedly will consume adrenaline. We'll see if this is actually true, but that sounds like a W. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a low W right there. Can you use quick protect even without a defender reaching on you? Does it use adrenaline? You can use quick protect at any time, even if no one's around, and it does not consume adrenaline. I'm not gonna lie, this quick protect shit is just LT dribbling. Like, I feel like they just coming up with new words for stuff that's been in the game. Like, you could always back someone down and protect the ball in 2K. You could always do that. But I guess they're saying they made it better, so we'll see if they really made it better. If you could really like do some Lucas shit, like, we'll see. I doubt it though. Next, how do height/attribute restrictions work for the custom layups? Height and rating restrictions are similar to NBA 2K25 for the new custom layup packages. So if you qualified for a specific player's layup package in 2K25, you qualify for all of that player's individual, normal, reverse, quick scoop, blah, 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 and spin packages. All right, so this is what I was saying with the custom layups, right? So, you know, this sounds good that you're going to qualify. I guarantee that they're going to try to sell you the packages individually, bro. I guarantee it. I just like it's just guaranteed in my opinion. They're gonna try to sell it individually, or they're just gonna up the price for layer packages in general because they want to make money. I know this is not new, bro. This is not new, but we'll see. If they actually do this in a good way, in an ungreedy way, then I'll say I'm wrong. I will admit that I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it. Is there still a high-low risk reward setting? No. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God they took that out, bro. Everyone will play on the same playing field in NBA 2K26. This is how you know that 2K25 is absolute buns. I said this in all my rants. Everyone on the court is playing at a different difficulty. That's literally the worst game of all time. Like, that's literally retarded. That doesn't even make sense. That makes no sense. They knew what they were doing, dropping some shitty doodle like that, and you guys ate it up. I don't know who ate it up, but people were playing this game. Like, that is literally the dumbest gameplay decision in 2K history right there. 2K25. Okay, next. Are there any changes to how adrenaline bars work? Adrenaline will function very close to what you're used to from NBA 2K25, but there have been some minor tweaks. For example, if you spam too many escape moves in a short amount of time, it will drain a bar. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one right there. Are there any changes to the contest system? There have been a number of changes to the contest system logic. We've rebalanced the effectiveness of hands up, no jump contests, and jumping contests to better reflect how shots are impacted in real life. We're also showing coverage percentages in full shot feedback again. Once again, stuff that's already been in the game that they're just adding back. I can't get excited for that. But they also say they make the contest system change logic every year too. And the contest system be fried. 2K25 contest system fried. 2K24 contest system was fried. Whatever. Next. Are there different shot meter options? All of the shot meter options from 2K24 and 25 are available, including the new default meter. Okay, W, even though that's normal, I guess. But that's definitely a W. Are there instant... Wait a second. If they have the shot meter from 2K25 in this game, will you be able to actually see the green window? I gotta see for myself. Are there instant greens in 2K26? This year we made the jump shot cellies and shot feedback dynamic based on the quality of the shot. It factors in the shooter's ratings, defensive coverage, and shot timing. So if you have an excellent release on a wide open shot with a good shooter, you'll get an instant green. So I'm pretty sure they're doing that because they want to stop people from cherry picking and shit in rec and park. But yeah, so basically they're saying you only get green animations if you're a good shooter and you're wide open. Will there still be RNG in shooting? No, there will be no RNG in shooting. God is good. There has always been some element of RNG in every past version of NBA 2K, including 24. I already said 24 had scripted elements too, but the thing about 24, it was just easier to shoot, bro. It was just easier to shoot. This was 2K20 easy to shoot. Nobody was cheating in 2K20 because it was easier to shoot. They just have to make it good. Like, if you're good at timing your shot, you should be able to shoot. Even if your freaking rating is not that high, if you're good at timing your shot, you should be able to shoot. You shouldn't be able to shoot as consistently, but you should be able to shoot at least. Like, if you're timing your shit well. That's what I liked about 20, because you could really shoot. You could really shoot back then. But yeah, 24, 20, good shooting. Uh, I think that's it. So once again, look at his last tweets was October 2024, bro. Once this game drops, he's gonna do the same thing again and disappear, bro. He's gonna drop. Everyone's gonna say it's either good or shit, and he's gonna disappear. And I already we already know it's gonna be trash. Just off with what we're seeing so far, the game's not gonna be good. It's looking like 25 point part 2 with different lighting. 24 part 2 would have been good. No bullshit. 24 part 2. If they had made 25 like 24 with small changes, it would have been a way better game than what 25 ended up being. 25 was just disgustingly bad. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. I just wanted to go over whatever his little Q&A are. I mean, questions and answers were. But the craziest part is he answered so many dumb questions. Like, why? Questions about stuff that's been in 2K for years. Like, he had no reason to answer them. But you feel me? If they ask anything about the VC prices, he's not answering that. I already know he's not answering that. But yeah, man. That's it for today's video. The next 2K video I make will probably be when they actually drop real concrete gameplay. Other than that, I don't want to just keep hating. So I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. 30dot.com for the merch. I'm out.